my colleague, esteemed colleague, Deputy Governor Mr. Karunaratne, the Chairman of IBSL, Deputy Chairman, Assistant Governor Mrs. Fernando, our esteemed former colleague Dr. Vijay, Dr. Shaw, and Dr. Venkatesh. Let me say that it's a great pleasure to be here with you today at this very auspicious occasion, because I believe this could be the start of something really very exciting and productive for the whole of the banking community in Sri Lanka. As the only institution authorized to offer banking qualifications in Sri Lanka, the IBSL has played a pivotal role in providing much-needed skills and capabilities for the banking sector. This has catered for meeting sophisticated client needs as well as managing the rapidly increasing risk profiles of financial institutions. In this connection, it is extremely heartening that IBSL, in collaboration with AIT, is launching a professional master's program in banking and finance. AIT is a world-class seat of learning. This collaboration will therefore provide bankers the opportunity to upgrade their skills while remaining in Sri Lanka. The program will draw upon internationally recognized resources to assist bankers to prepare themselves better to deal with the exponentially accelerating pace of change in the financial services sector. Being part of this collaboration will enable the Sri Lankan banking industry to be plugged into the network of global centers of excellence that AIT works with. So there is a kind of a multiplier effect which we can benefit from through this partnership. And of course, innovation and entrepreneurship are critical priorities for Sri Lanka. There is actually a particular perspective which is unique to Sri Lanka and which makes the focus on innovation and enterprise even more important. Sri Lanka uniquely has begun to age before we've had our proper economic transformation. As somebody said, we're getting old before we got rich. So when you can't drive growth through labor augmentation anymore because the population pyramid is beginning to invert, then you can only get that growth through increased productivity and competitiveness. So innovation and enterprise has become more important for us at an earlier stage of our development trajectory. So given AIT's great focus, as we've heard from Dr. Shaw, they are focused in on innovation and enterprise. And this, again, I think, would be a particular value addition which emanates out of this collaboration. As the apex financial regulator of the country, the central bank has been taking measures to strengthen the banking sector through bolstering the supervisory and regulatory frameworks. Banks have been able to meet higher requirements under Basel III, both in terms of capital and liquidity. In order to enhance liquidity risk management, the liquidity coverage ratio has also been implemented. In accordance with the international accounting standards, commencing on the 1st of January 2018, banks have moved from an incurred loss to an expected loss model. A new policy has also been introduced to strengthen the risk management aspects of foreign borrowings by banks. Directions on financial derivatives were another key regulatory measure implemented by CBSL to enhance the resilience of the banking sector. Considering the vital role played by the banking sector in sustaining economic growth and development in the economy, the central bank will continue to enhance the system in accordance with internationally benchmarked regulations and best practices. Amendments to the Banking Act, implementation of the Basel III leverage ratio for licensed banks, introducing a new share ownership policy, and implementation of a resolution framework are some of the regulatory measures currently in the pipeline. You would have learned from your respective IBSL courses that the banking and finance sector will be facing many challenges in the fintech and digital era. There are challenges to its profitability arising from competition from the non-bank sector, from disruptions provoked by new technologies, and from challenges related to implementing the requirements of new regulations. I firmly believe that the excellent professional skills offered by this new program would enable you to work in a more dynamic ethical, and professional manner while contributing to meeting the challenges posed by the rapidly changing landscape faced by the banking sector. In these increasingly challenging times, the central bank has understood that it is important not only to strengthen regulation and supervision, but also to establish a sound resolution framework in which it is possible for banks and finance companies to fail without challenging the stability of the whole sector and without causing distress in the real sector. This was one of the key learnings of the global financial crisis. We have already implemented resolution measures for some distressed finance companies to allow such companies to exit from the market. Measures have also been taken to ensure that prompt corrective actions are taken by the regulator in relation to institutions which have regulatory concerns. If early intervention proves unsuccessful, a financial institution may need to be resolved not only without disrupting financial stability and the real economy, but also without having recourse to the taxpayers' money. As we all know, a stable financial system is a prerequisite for sustainable economic growth. But stability alone is not enough. In order to have efficient and effective financial intermediation to provide sufficient credit to the real economy, we need a more favorable business environment and less uncertainty. The central bank is mindful of the need to have regulatory reliability while undertaking regulatory reforms. At the same time, policy coherence in relation to the overall macroeconomic policy framework is also important. No amount of policies and regulations will ensure growth and prosperity and stability if governance and compliance frameworks are fragile. I am confident that these and other issues will be addressed in the new course being launched jointly by IBSL and AIT. Let me congratulate IBSL, particularly Deputy Governor Karunaratne, Assistant Governor Mrs. Fernando, and the Director General, Mr. Karunath Tilaka, for undertaking this initiative from the IBSL side. In doing so, I must also thank Dr. Shaw and Dr. Venkatesh for coming forward to collaborate on this program, which offers so much a promise for local bankers. A special word of thanks goes to Dr. Vijay Wadner, who as a past IBSL president and current AIT faculty member has played a crucial role in forging this valuable partnership. Let me with that congratulate all concerned and wish the program all success in the future. Thank you very much.